Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to A Song of Tara, the Werewolf, the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition Chronicle that we run here on CharismaToAC. I'm joined by my fellow players. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Also joined by my storyteller.
Hey, that'd be me.
Although to speak up in the name of game theory, my storyteller is counted amongst the other players. So,
I just spilled tea on Rasmus and Jones' table. Whoops.
But it wasn't spilled into Rasmus' computer this time.
True.
Or into Rasmus's butt.
That's true.
Not even gonna go there, just, no, moving on.
That was a cross-room pitch of a roll of kitchen towels. Pitch perfect, actually. She caught it.
That's surprising.
And it didn't unravel at all.
It didn't unravel.
Those few times where physics
caught it.
I basically just rolled a nat 20. Anyway, wrong system.
You rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're specialized in throwing paper towels. that has to be a build, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about what happened last time to kind of get our bearings on where we are, because we are in a we're coming up on something big, right?
Yes, you are indeed.
Right,
and
so what happened last time?
Well, that's a lot of talking happened last time to begin with.
It's true.
It was, in fact, a very talk-heavy session, which is, in my opinion, not a bad thing. But the long and the short of it is that while you guys were planning for the inevitable showdown with Alistair McAlpin, you got... Thank you, Aya, for adding that little nice piece of sentiment in the background. You'd found out where he lived at the marker. Strangely enough, he lives in the exact same room as Aaron's dad did when he visited Dublin.
Because there's no symbolism in that at all.
None whatsoever. Would I do such a thing?
Do you really want me to answer that honestly?
That's beneath you.
Exactly. Thank you, Aya. Again, you get it. And the
Symbolism.
Shush. So you guys decided to go, you decided that some serious planning was needed because you couldn't quite figure out how to get in, either through the roof or through the normal way or whatever.
Yeah,
and
we were shadow running it.
Yeah, you were shadow running it, not really getting anywhere because there was fear of heights and whatnot to take into consideration. And while you were standing there, Aaron's cell phone beeped. He got a text message apparently from Cesar, but it turns out that it wasn't Cesar. It was just sent from his phone, and that somebody had captured Cesar, or at least claimed to have, and that this someone was in fact Alistair McAlpin, who then proceeded to take part in the conversation to such an extent that it became clear to everyone that he was somehow able to see everything that was going on.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah. In terms of gathering information and maintaining like constant awareness, we definitely lost out to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. But he also what he did was he basically taunted us into an ambush, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the end, he said something along the lines of that your Russian friend's head looks nice through or looks like a tempting target or something like that.
Yeah.
And as you guys were heading outside, Althea and Dimitri, who were standing guard outside, were still bantering, or mostly it was a matter of Dimitri bantering and Althea being sick and tired of it. So she pushed him slightly, and just as his head moved out of the way and her arm took took up the same space, her lower arm from approximately the elbow down just ceased to exist as she got dinged with a high power rifle from a distance.
Question.
Yeah.
Can Garou regenerate lost limbs?
Yes, they can, unless it's silver.
Yeah, the point is that
tough shot.
we can heal silver damage, we can't regenerate it.
Exactly.
So, tough luck.
Tough luck for her, but otherwise, yes, you can. Although, admittedly, regenerating your head is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Except in Connell's case, because there's nothing important there anyway.
Connell functions like Connell functions like the Warhammer universe's orcs.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically just if two people get decapitated and one of them is Connell, he'll just pick up the other guy's head, just put it on there.
Pretty much.
It's
Anyway,
function much the same way.
You guys.
Isn't it amazing when the storyteller picks up on in-character jokes?
and he can actually, he does have a brain, and he can sell it at a fairly high price when he dies as non-used.
Mint condition!
The package hasn't even been opened.
Anyway.
He has a brain, it's just crawled out of his head, and it's female and named Fenna.
Okay, but...
Anyway, enough of that. You guys were suddenly faced with the unpleasant situation of a stunned and shocked Dimitri and an unconscious and seriously wounded Althea. And it ended up with you on a desperate flight through Dublin until you got to York Street near St. Stephen's Green. More precisely where I'm going to ping now. There. And there you ran straight into an ambush of a large number of Fomori who...
Very big and carefully planned ambush.
Very big, very carefully planned ambush with a lot of firepower pointed your way. And just as you were about to look at the Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid situation, Eric came out of the 4th floor window of the building belonging to the Royal Society for the Protection of Animals on the corner of that street, landed amidst the Fomori and proceeded to wreak merry havoc.
Turns out the one downside to setting up an ambush for Garu is when you set it up within like clear view of the barn around the cairn.
Yeah. Not a terribly clever idea. Moments later, he was joined by Kat, and she instructed the kids to get the wounded to safety and to continue to find Alistair and finish this whole thing.
Yep.
And you managed to leave Althea at the cairn, and you ran on towards Hotel the Marker, which I'm going to ping now.
Yep. So that's where we at.
Yes.
Does someone want to talk about something that happened last session, something that they find relevant to their characters and how they mean to portray them this session, or anything we need to discuss before we start out?
Before we begin, I'd like to suck up to the the storyteller, and say that her bread is very delicious, and I'm kind of sad that I'm almost done with this piece, and I want more.
Well,
well done.
I guess, as I mentioned towards the end or after we stopped, I don't remember. If this kind of pattern continues, I might actually buy more rage for Shiva, because she's much more okay with harm coming to her than to the people around her.
It's an interesting point. Why do you think that is? Like that, I think that's a cool point to bring up about the character.
It is. But anyway, we can deal with that if it becomes a thing, and if she does buy an extra point.
Yeah. I'm not really sure I need to talk a lot about what... I mean, the only thing I want to... that has happened between last time and this time for Aaron is I spent some experience. That's it.
Yep.
My primal urge is 2, and my leadership is 3.
Yeah.
Hey, I've bought Primal Urge as well.
Hey, primal urge buddies! Woo. It's now a thing, officially. This on the recordings, primal urge buddies. Print out a shirt, and then just...
Go to Redbubble. Create your own shirt. Anyway,
What Well, it doesn't sound like anyone else want to bring anything up. So,
well, oh wait, no, sorry, my microphone was off.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I've brought up my athletics by a point.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if I brought anything else up. And the answer is no.
Okay.
But I'm definitely going to be trying to play it in the sense that Taliesin just wants to get this over with and not shilly-shally with this person. This person needs to die. He needs to die quickly, or everyone else will die.
Yes. All right.
Is this a thing that we're supposed to mention at the beginning of the recordings, what we've spent XP on?
I mean, it's a good. I think it's fun for the audience, right? I mean,
Okay,
they
well, in
can't
that
see
case-
they can't see us work with our character sheets.
Well, in that case, I have also bought 1 dot in manipulation and 1 dot in subterfuge.
Very nice.
Yes.
A question for the storyteller.
Yeah.
Do we use the same rule we usually use as regards experience, in that we all have the same amount?
Yeah, you all have the same amount of XP. Yeah.
Cool, because I wasn't there last time, and I didn't hear what we got. So
You got
We've
two
gained
last.
21 experience in total.
In total, yes.
You have 20.
cool. Thank you.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
And we start with you, Lot, coming up on Hotel de Marker. It is, well, it's summer still, obviously. Close to midsummer. And it is, it's light out, it's warm. The sun hasn't gone down just yet. Well, actually, yeah, I think it had just gone down, so it's fairly late night at this point, actually.
Yeah, that's right. We talked to a vampire earlier.
Exactly. So yes, it has. The sun is down, but it's still there are still a good few people out on the street.
Yeah.
At this time of night, people are heading home or heading to nightclubs, and of course, if they're heading to or from nightclubs, they might be heading to or from their hotel. So, yeah, you're coming up on the marker. Are you in Homid, in Lupus? What are you?
I want to say we moved in Homid.
Yeah, I think we did.
That
Yeah.
seems most likely.
Good.
A pack of wolves running through Dublin wouldn't be a great idea.
No, that would kind of get noticed.
And
So-
the same for the other forms would probably not also not be a good idea.
Yeah, point taken. I want to say that, given that Aaron is spearheading this, in terms of moving up in front, want to approach the marker not from the vast open area outside, because there's this plaza outside the marker,
Yep.
but go around and basically approach it from a venue that is not easily observable.
Yes, you're coming down basically along the side of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Probably a good idea. They've shown to have a sniper.
Mm-hmm. Does Aaron inform anyone else about this sort of movement, or does he just sort of go?
I mean, I think that would be a thing we did, right? At least that we may have stopped when we
Yeah,
were just
I
about
agree.
close to the marker, right? And was standing under a street light and just talk out okay, we're here. If anyone's
if we
got
had
any
all
points to
days,
make.
I would say waiting for the light to turn green.
But yeah, okay.
Underneath the street light.
Well, in that case, my previous comment will have been in character. As Shiva mentioned, that it's probably a good idea to approach not from the wide open plaza, because they've proven to have at least one sniper.
Yes. And Celestine's contribution would have basically been that as much as it pays to be careful, we do need to move fast.
So, I have personally looked at the marker building just
Yes.
a bit between last time and this session to
Yes.
kind of understand what Aaron knows of the building.
Yes.
And I want to so he turns to the group and says, as far as I'm concerned, we have two options. We go in through the front door and we just walk up the stairs and kick some ass, or we go up we crawl up and lower a fire escape and we go up and then we go through the roof. The roof of the marker is like a very open thing because they host dinner parties up there. So it's like direct access. It's not that we have to crawl through vents or anything. We just walk down if we're up there.
Problem. We can't go through the roof unless someone wants to carry Taryn.
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to mention, right, is Taryn is afraid of heights. The Marker Hotel is a 6-story building.
Yes.
Well, so is that a thing? Like, do we need to consider that?
Before you answer, Taryn, that might actually work to our advantage because, as far as I understood, he could hear everything we said, and we discussed going through the roof, but then decided not to because of Taryn. So they might not expect us to actually do it while bringing Taryn.
And yet you're forgetting one thing. If he kept an eye on us there, what's to say he doesn't do that here?
There's an option that there is a definite chance that is the case. There is also the chance that he expects us to be dead. That was one hell of an ambush. There's no guarantee. If this is why I have to assume is happening. That ambush was put there to kill us. We survived. Yeah. That was probably most of what he's got on hand. When he finds out we survived, he's going to scramble to reinforce his position here. So whatever we do, we move very quickly. Question is just one or the other.
They might have been able to tell him we got away before Kat and Eric dispatched of them.
Probably.
So he might know we got away.
Right?
I say front door.
Front door is an option.
I'm for roof, but against leaving Taryn behind.
Taryn, do you think you could make it to the top of the marker?
Depends on how we get up there.
It's fire escape. I want to say, just to add, to the facial expressions here, lacking a webcam, that there is no judgment in Aaron's face when he asks you if you can make it to the roof. It's just he wants a statement of fact.
Is the fire escape outside or inside?
I mean, it's not lowered, but there's an outside fire escape that we could that you can disengage, so it drops to street level.
Is it a regular fire escape, like you can see everything if you look down?
What is the word? What is the Danish word? Is like a Sims. What is the English word?
A landing. But yeah, it is open and you would be able to see that.
Mm-hmm. Then we'll have to find out when we get over there.
Would it be better or worse to blindfold you?
It won't help me.
Alright, let's go.
Discussion's taking too long. We're taking the main entrance. Go.
Yeah, main entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, we just move in there. We go. I mean, let's not even bother with. I say that as we walk. When we go in there, don't bother with the reception. Just
might be for Murray, anyways.
Yeah, just walk in there. I'm going to hope they don't open fire on us if there is anyone there. We may get spotted, we may not. Point is, I hope they don't start shit in the presence of mortals. If they do, well, we do what we do. If we can get in there and up there without trouble, just get in, make for the stairwell, and we could just walk up. It's a 6-story building. None of you are that much of a couch potato. Once we're up there, don't take any chances. The others died and their corpses were in Homid. This guy got the drop on them before they could shapeshift. We won't make the same mistake.
Well, actually, if they were born in Homid, that's what they revert to when they die.
No, not when they die. That's what they revert to if they get knocked out. You remain in your form if you die in that form. If you get knocked out and then die, you revert to Homid and then...
Well, I suppose most people lose consciousness before they die anyway.
Yeah, that might be what happened, but the worst option is that he took them down before they could shapeshift, and we won't make that mistake.
Yeah.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Will you permit me to have a handkerchief or sort of neckerchief somewhere on my person as a piece, just a piece, not necessarily dedicated clothing, but just a piece of clothing.
Yeah, sure.
Taliesin will take it out and basically tie it around his neck with the intention that when they get to the hotel, he's going to put it up over his face.
Okay. So, as a primitive mask? Basically,
yes, because
gain as little publicity as possible.
Yes, there are cameras in big posh hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And what would his dear mum say if she saw him on the news?
His dear mum would say, "Oh shit, there goes my werewolf son."
Mm-hmm, something like that. But yeah, so that's his plan. So now he's just to complete the kind of hippie look, he's now got a neckerchief on.
Yeah. Give him a guitar and he's a drifter.
Mm-hmm.
So, even though the mental image of like us doing the side-by-side panoramic shot badass slow-mo walk is kind of cool, I'm imagining that's not what's happening. I'm imagining we're slinking along the side of the building.
Yeah.
And just walking in the main entrance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you get there, you see 3 Garda patrol cars outside.
Yeah.
Nobody's in them. They're empty.
Okay. That means the officers are inside, of course. So, yeah, let's just go in, deal with the trouble as it arises.
Mm-hmm. Nobody approaches you. Nobody challenges you in any way.
All right. Cool. Then, stop me if I'm saying this because it reflects Aaron remaining in charge, unless one of you is going to be like, no, wait a minute, let me take charge on this, right? So that's why I'm talking, but just stop me if this sounds wrong to any of you, but we just go in and make for the stairwell, start walking up.
I would like to see a gnosis roll from Fenna specifically.
Thank you, I totally forgot.
It's a good point. You risk slipping sideways, don't you?
Yes, this is a stressful situation, so yes, she does.
Yeah, I wrote in the chat or something last time that someone should remind me because I was going to forget, and I did forget.
Right,
So,
let's see if you slip to the other world.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty here is...
Oh wait, isn't it I think it's a willpower that I have to roll.
Yeah, to avoid, that's true, yes.
Yeah.
Difficulty is 6.
I think the difficulty actually is always the same, but just a minute. I'm fumbling.
It's okay, we're not in any hurry.
Why did the dialogue for putting in values for the roll, why does it have a tiny little X in the top corner if you can only close it by hitting cancel?
Programming quirks?
Let's see, slip sideways. Wits plus occults is what I have to roll.
Okay.
Difficulty 7. Okay.
Difficulty 7 is always okay.
Alright. Good. Let's see it.
You can do it.
Yeah, we trust in you. In Fenna, we trust.
2.
Hell yeah!
That's fine. And there's a 10 in there even, but yeah.
There is actually 3. 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. Oh, it's over 7. Right.
Yeah.
Fuck your reflective surfaces.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can feel the pull, but you resist it.
I actually think that Fenna is going to run a little bit ahead of the others and just very stealthily peek around corners.
Yeah. When you that means that you're the first person inside in the foyer of the hotel. The entire place, the floor is awash in blood.
Oh god.
The reception area is littered with corpses.
Okay, Fenna is mad.
Yuck.
You count. Oh, somebody
cut
fell out.
Yeah,
Somebody cut out.
Hello. I'm still here.
Hello.
Was it AJ?
AJ.
No, everyone seems to be in the call.
Ah,
Maybe someone just muted.
She muted.
AJ muted.
She muted.
Oh.
Because of the noise, maybe? Of course. Okay. Anyway, no problem. Well, we shall just have Taryn currently on auto follow.
Cool. Set Taryn to follow.
Set Taryn to follow. And now all of you don't run around sharp corners, or she's going to get stuck.
How many of these? How many of the corpses adorning the ground floor are uniformed?
7.
Yikes!
6. Sorry, 6.
How many corpses were there? I don't think you got to say.
Oh, I never got to say how many there were. You can count more than 20 corpses within eyesight.
Yikes!
Wow.
At this point, it's just Fenna who's seen it, isn't it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll see it in a minute, though.
It's a lot of gore.
Actually, I think you're going to see Fenna disappear inside in a kind of furry fashion. Which is to say that, well, Fenna sees that everyone inside is dead. That means, well,
I want to hide
from
from
it. Krynos.
Okay. You
So
change
she
to Krynos.
changes as she goes in.
Alright, so we spy her in Krynos form as we enter.
Mm-hmm.
And see her walking around the reception like a big scary werewolf.
Yeah.
And of course the whole room is covered in corpses.
Yes.
I assume Fenna smells just about blood, and more blood.
Yes, pretty much.
When Connell sees Fenna change into cleaners, he does the same.
Yeah. And you guys, when you get in there, you see the same thing, of course. It is messy, to put it mildly. None of these people died cleanly. People have
not
been...
cleanly.
It's not a matter of having been shot or even stabbed cleanly. It's a matter of having been
Torn apart?
ripped, torn, slashed.
You flinty flu.
There's one woman lying on the floor who looks, for all intents and purposes, like somebody took a chainsaw to her. She's unrecognizable, to put it mildly. You can tell that it's a woman because of the legs.
Wow. Is there we checked the registry. Is there a room in the name of Mr. Bates?
No.
No. I think Taliesin's first reaction to all this would be to just sort of take a moment to take it in and just go, oh, bloody fucking hell. And then also go into Krynos.
There's a moment, and then you hear a crackling over the intercom.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a voice saying, "It is a pleasure to see you. Took you long enough."
It's gonna be a pleasure to rip your throat out.
Yes, I'm certain it will.
Holy shit, he heard her.
I do, of course, intend to resist. I doubt
It would be fun if you didn't.
I don't expect that you would find it believable if I just rolled over and died.
No.
You've obviously cleared the stage. Where do you want this fight to take place?
Why don't you come up to my suite and we can have a little face-to-face up here? I have things I am sure you would love to see.
Well, let's spring the trap. Also, there is, again, three cop cars parked outside, dead cops inside. As Aaron shifts into big stonking wolf form, he just becomes the light-absorbing black silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
He looks to his group and says, "We don't have a lot of time. The Garda will respond. Let's go." And he's not walking up the stairs, right?
He's bounding up the stairs.
He is jotting at a faster than walking pace, but he is still wary of traps. This guy sprung an ambush on us earlier, so he remains aware, and he wants the rest of the party to be able to keep up.
As you get up to the third...
I say party, I mean pack.
Yes. As you get up to the third floor...
Can I interject?
Yes, absolutely.
It's just that. Well, Shiva makes sure to be out of view from the cars because she's seen enough American shows to know that those at least have video cameras in their cars.
Yep.
Before changing and then following.
Yes.
Trainers.
Yes. Well, you find more corpses on every floor.
Well,
And as you get to the third floor, you start seeing burn marks along the floor, along the carpet, along the ceiling. You see burn marks. You find a couple of bodies that look like they were caught in a flamethrower, basically. And you hear his voice over the intercom again saying, "Yes, I do apologize for the mess. I realize this is hardly a very, very polite way of receiving guests. However, I did want us to have, let's just say, peace and quiet to deal with this upcoming fracas in a private capacity. Don't get me wrong, I expect to die today. It doesn't matter."
Connell looks to Fenna and in his Greedos voice asks, "What did he say? What did he say?"
Sorry, out of character, I've already forgot what he said and that Connell's asking about.
He's asking what the word fracas means.
Oh.
Yeah, Hille, go on, explain it to us.
Johan, is that someone Finna would know?
It's not a person, it's a state of
It's
being.
French. It's a French word. It basically refers to it's one step above a scuffle, but one step below a skirmish.
Yes.
Ah.
It is the point where you have two girls in the second grade both going at each other at the same time, flapping their arms in front of themselves. That's a fracas.
In response to their merry banter, Aaron looks over his shoulder and says, "Remain on your guard." And I want to spend a gnosis point to activate inspiration.
Yes.
Which gives a lot of you an extra willpower point for the remainder of the scene.
Yes.
Eventually to note was down.
Out of character again, but I know you used them two second grade girls in your example, but all I had in my mind was Dexter and Mandak's fist fight.
Yeah.
If you can call it that. It was glorious.
So, yes.
Do we run into, like, flamethrower-toting mooks before we reach his suite, or do we get there?
No, you get to the next floor up, and again you find a few corpses. There aren't that many on this floor, but there are a couple. He says, I suppose I should explain. I've already taken the liberty of arranging for the world press to report this as a terrorist attack. I believe they will probably blame Al-Qaeda or someone similar.
I mean, I want to hate the guy, and Aaron definitely hates the guy, but in that brief moment, he feels thankful. He's just like, oh, good, because I was wondering. And yeah, just make for the sweep.
Shiva is clearly suspicious, because that shit is not what she expected.
I mean,
it serves my purpose eminently well. It will increase hatred of minorities, which will increase the likelihood of violent reprisals. Several dozen dead people in the centre of Dublin. I imagine it is not going to be that much fun being a Muslim in Ireland the next few weeks, months, years, decades. What do I care? I want everyone to die.
So while this dude's monologuing, Connell tries to kick down the door into his suite.
Yeah, well, you get up to the fifth floor first, for that's the case. But you're on the fourth now. So you get up to the fifth floor, That is completely deserted. There isn't a single person there, or at least no corpses, nothing to be seen. No burn marks, no anything. This place, this is just abandoned.
There's actually an interesting comment to be made about the world of darkness as a whole, to what Rasmus said, because it's a good point, right? With Shiva not really thinking this isn't what I expected. I didn't expect this guy to kind of cover his tracks.
Yeah,
it's a funny thing that in like all the supernatural societies of creatures, the vampires with their masquerade and the werewolves with their veil and the everythings with their herb herbs, like. All of the supernatural little cliques all want to protect the secrecy of who they are and keep the mortals from knowing. But there is literally no supernatural element, not even the villains, who want the public to know, because it will hurt everyone. So kind of everyone is unknowingly collaborating to keep this out of sight of people.
Yep.
It's a little funny thread between all the systems.
Anyway.
To elaborate, the thing she found most weird was she expected him to be an arrogant fuck who had challenged us. Instead, he seems fully aware he's probably going to die, and that's weird.
That is weird.
I think he's probably... I wouldn't underestimate him just by what he's saying, but still.
I think all this is arrogant as fuck.
Yeah.
Not in the way she expected. She was expecting I will kill you now.
So, 5th floor, deserted.
5th floor is totally deserted. The only thing he says while you're there is, "Oh, I detest noise. I made sure nobody lived downstairs. I wouldn't be bothered with their screams when they died. Please, by all means, I am on the next floor up. There's nobody here except me and... Oh, well, you'll see when you get here."
Yeah.
Yes, Cesar's probably dead. Okay. Or with him.
Yeah.
One of these two. One of these two.
With him pointing a sawed-off shotgun loaded with silver dollars at the door. Okay, yeah, 6th floor.
6th floor, and I assume that now that you are there, Connell wants to kick down aforementioned door.
Yep.
You kick down aforementioned door. I'm not even going to ask you to roll for that. In fucking Krenos. The door just bursts inwards.
I remove the door.
Yes, you do. You perform... This is a case of he perform ancient Russian combat technique. Dissolve enemy in original atoms. Pretty much what happens to the door. It's no longer there. In one of the... It's like a set of double doors. The one on the right-hand side literally flies off its hinges. The other one is hanging on one hinge. As you enter, you see the same room, basically, where you met Aaron's dad several years earlier. You see, the first thing you... no, he's not there. You see, what's his face? Cesar. Cesar is sitting on a chair. He has been... Well, to say he's been beaten would be an understatement.
He's been brutalized.
Has this person bothered to restrain him to the chair, or is this okay?
With silver manacles from the looks of it.
Oh! I mean, for a, 500-year-old dude, this guy's throwing around some serious cash.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, this also means that should Cesar try to change...
It's going to hurt.
It's gonna do bad things to him. So he's sitting there in Homid, and he has been beaten to an absolute pulp.
Is he conscious when we walk in?
No.
Yes, he's had to sit there and take it and not frenzy so that he goes into his war form, because otherwise that would just hurt him even more.
Indeed.
So they basically he's tortured him not just by beating him, but also by forcing him to the ragged edge of his sanity, in a sense. I
mean, if he was going to change into his war form, yeah, it's going to hurt like a motherfucker because of the manacles, but the chair is going to burst.
Right? The chair is going to burst, but it's probably also going to just simply snap his hands and feet off.
Yeah. So yes, it's twisted and it's clever, and this person needs to be deceased being.
Any side of our host?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Not in this first room, at least. You do hear his voice still over the intercom saying, "Oh, pardon me for the sorry condition. I had to get the code for his communication device, and I had to get him to explain how to use it. I haven't fully grasped these things. They seem redundant."
Dusty old prick.
Is there a chance to smell which direction he's in if I roll for it?
Yeah, you could.
I mean, we could probably hear the voice trailing out from one of the rooms, right?
No,
Okay.
actually you can't.
Oh, well, cool.
Okay, I assume perception and alertness.
Yes, perception and alertness.
And my difficulties are 2 lower than whatever.
yeah,
those
that would
would
make
be.
the difficulty 5.
Okay. Just making sure I'm rolling the right number of dice.
Nice
2
ace.
successes.
Very nice. Yes, he is, in fact, in the, again, this is the presidential suite, so there are several rooms attached to it, including an office, which is where a small meeting room, more like it, which is where he is.
Headed in that direction.
Yes.
Yep.
And I once again assume that the door is removed from hinge.
Yep.
All right.
Carefully lift the door off the hinge, then kick it in.
Okay. Yes. Well, as you enter, you see a man. Well, he doesn't. At the moment you enter, he changes shape, but he's sitting down at the end of the table, and he's looking at you with this tired and slightly condescending kind of smile, saying, "Oh, there you are. I realize I am about to die. However, I suppose I should welcome you. There are several items in this place that you will be interested in bringing with you once you have dispatched of me."
Make it quick, you don't have long.
I have a question.
No, I know I don't. Please, yes, go on, Aaron. What is it?
For my storyteller, not for you, Dusty
okay.
Dusty old rose prison. The question is, this guy, he knows what's up, right? He knows he's in a small room with 6 other Garu.
Yeah.
He has some stuff he wants to point us to and so on, but and I know our right hinges on taking revenge for our packmate, not our setmates, and killing this fucker.
Yes.
But given the unique situation of who he is and how old he is, is it a good idea from Aaron's perspective of our society to beat his ass senseless and just drag him alive for interrogation to the set before we murder him?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to ask that because that is the rational aspect of it.
Yes.
I was then going to ask myself if Aaron's rage will permit that.
Finnes doesn't.
And Finnes is much lower than Aaron's.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I think this is going to be a matter of murder, death, kill, mayhem / bite, tear. Ow!
Bonus. Oh, AJ dropped out.
She didn't drop back in.
And there we are. She's back. Hey AJ, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Alright, I think your connection shorted out there for a moment.
Yep.
Alright. So, Fenna asked a poignant question, right? She made a good observation. He should make it quick. Say what he needs to say.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
now we can.
I had a problem with my microphone there for a moment.
Oh.
He looks tired and spreads his arms out slightly to the side. And says, well, as I said, there are several things in this place that you would be interested in, quite apart from your hapless ally out there in the front room. I have to say he did put up a spirited fight, but it's not as if he had much choice. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand that while I die here today, and I do so quite happily, I should say, at least without any remorse, that once I am dead, I will be the first of an invasion. You have no idea how many of us are already in this city, but I can assure you, many. I know that you now think that I'm lying or that I'm mad. I can definitely promise you I am neither. I have no interest in lying to you on this. I'm about to die anyway. It doesn't bother me to die. I have lived long enough as it is. So, he says, and slowly stands up with a sort of resigned look on his face. And I should probably show you this.
I think, before you continue, I think Taliesin's definitely sort of over in this sort of hunched, ready to leap position.
Yes. And he gets up, and then he sighs, and he says, there are so many things one could do differently if you had another chance, isn't there?
Probably.
Put an end to this. I shall enjoy these last few moments.
Before then, you will answer 2 questions.
Certainly. Ask them.
Connor rolls his eyes.
Aaron kind of draws a deep breath, and he's obviously furious.
Yes.
Forces the words out and says, "How did you kill them?"
As I said, I'm neither mad nor a liar. I came to them and I told them who I was. They had no idea what that meant, and should any of you have the aptitude and you should test, I'm certain that you will learn that I do not in fact come across as being marked by the worm. Consequently, none were the wiser. I brought them into the room, and when they were comfortable, I killed them. They didn't have time to react before I had torn the young one to pieces. He was the only one capable of putting up much of a fight anyway. The 2 old men were, I have to say, not much of a fight at all. And then there was the woman downstairs. I hadn't expected her to arrive, but oh well, the bitch died like bitches do. Was that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, can we kill him yet?
Yeah, so that was the first question, and I think that'll have to do, because bitches die as bitches do. Yes, they do. Now he dies.
He takes a deep breath, and then we roll some initiative.
Oh, I wanted to get a one-liner in.
Get a one-liner in.
Get a one-liner in.
After he finishes saying that, then, just before we start combat, Taliesin just says, quietly but firmly, no more words. Just die.
And then we shall roll initiative.
And then you shall roll initiative, yes.
And that's 1d20, sorry, 1d10 plus wit and dexterity, right?
One day, in many years, we will actually know this without having to ask, but today is not that day.
Oh, it's my first day of combat.
See.
Yes, this is true. She hasn't actually been involved in combat before.
Wits plus dexterity. So, give me a second.
And Daniel was even so nice as to host a short session-ish of going through the combat system, and I wasn't there.
What is with my fucking combat rolls?
I don't know.
I
what
don't like it.
It's about
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Just not in order.
No. 13, 14, 15, 12, 11. Aren't we missing one? No.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, what size should I use for the font?
40 is quite good.
40? Okay.
Yeah, I think we settled for 40 last time.
Okay, 40 it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh,
I
don't
just
do
think
that.
that's... There we go. Whee!
Mhm.
That's...
Plus, he has to have his name spelled weird. I'm one of those weird people that has preferences in how you spell names. I know, obviously, how you spell it is completely irrelevant. But I don't know. I just like it when it's spelled Alastair for some reason. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
I'm not used to seeing it with more than one L.
Sheila and Alistair are both at 15.
I have... Oh, how do we resolve that? I forgot.
You check your modifier first.
6 in Shiva's case.
Yeah, that's the same.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
then you
Roll
react.
1d10, both of you.
No, you act simultaneously.
Okay, fine. No worries.
Yeah,
Oh, I should maybe remember to put in my actual number. How do I edit? There we go.
Let's see if we do. And we should declare the expenditure of rage, yes?
Mhm. I declare, as I have in the chat thing, that I'm expending 2 points this turn.
Mm-hmm. 2 points of rage.
Yes.
Spend 3.
3.
I want to kill this guy. I want to kill this guy before he gets as much as a second round off.
That will be difficult, but we'll give it a go.
I'm not really versed in what you can and cannot use rage for.
Crackle,
Extra
crackle.
rounds. Or
Right,
extra
I'm going to
actions.
move Shiva over a bit here, because then there's room to write afterwards what he's going to do.
There's only really
Yeah,
one
or
thing
you could make
can
space
do,
below him.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't the case right there, so...
Hilly,
Okay.
aside from spending rage to activate gifts, you can only spend it... in this moment, the only meaningful thing you can spend it on is shapeshifting, which there's no reason to do, because you're in Kreenos, and gaining extra actions. Now,
Yeah.
you can gain as many extra actions as half your rage round up.
How much rage does she have?
3.
Oh, you're very crackly.
Hilla has transformed to a Cyberman.
So you
Yes.
can spend 2 extra rage.
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Scary. You can
Scary
spend
indeed.
2 rage for 2 extra actions, if you want to. You can only take as many actions as either your wits or your dex, depending on whichever is lowest.
Okay.
Yeah, you really are very crackly. I think maybe if Hilla drops out of the call very quickly and rejoins,
Maybe, let's try it.
I can try this by reconnecting the mic.
that was also a possibility. Try that. I'm just going to move Fenna up here.
Yeah.
Much better. Ooh,
Much better.
Much better. And we have Fenna there, Taryn there, Connell, Aaron, and Tally. Okay. There we go.
I suspect from previous gameplay that I've forgotten about that. Yes, Aaron actually does come before Tally in this case, or after.
Yeah, sure. Well, we start by declaring the actions. So, Tally, what are you going to do with your first action? Not with the rage ones, just with your normal action. What are you going to do with it?
Good question. I'm going to. I'm going to try going. I'm going to go straight for him at first. I'm going to go straight for him, not a lunge, but I'm going to keep my footing and just run at him.
Yeah, you're going to rush him, basically. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then can I then discuss what's going to happen in rage, or do I wait until after that?
We declare rage rounds as a separate round of actions.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes. Fine. Then next is Aaron. What are you going to do?
I'm going to kill him. That's what I'm going to do.
So you're going to attack him?
I'm going to punch him. Punch him right in his stupid, dumb face. I'm
Ooh,
going
ouch.
to do that. I think I'm not frenzying, but I might as well be. I am going to attack, just claw at him like the quickest series of swipes I can make, just trying to shred him into, like, to tear him to pieces like ribbons. And in doing so, I declare I use multiple actions.
Yes.
I'm gonna split my entire 9 dice pool into 9 attacks. Just 9 1-die attacks, just claws flailing.
Yep.
Either to eat up as all the defense he can muster, or to just hope that I hit him and just shred him.
Yes. Okay. And then it's Connell.
This is as stupid as I can get on an attack, so.
Connell spends a range point to get an extra action.
Yes.
And his regular action will be an attack as well, a claw attack.
All right. Well, we've seen what he can do with his claws.
Yeah, we have.
And you're not splitting your dice pool. You're just
No,
going
just
the
one
full
powerful attack.
All right. Taryn, what are you doing?
To rush over behind him to flank him.
Okay, good. And then we have Fenna. What are you going to do?
Is it an action to change form further?
Yes.
If you want to shapeshift, that is an action.
Okay.
Unless you spend rage, then it's instant.
I'm going to spend my rage on an extra action. So.
Remember that you can spend 2 rage in a round.
Yeah, you could
But
spend.
I only have 3 in all.
It's true.
I'm spending 1 rage and I have 2.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose your last rage point. Then you lose the wolf, as it's called. Anyway,
you lose your wolf if you are drained from both rage and willpower, right? I might. It doesn't actually matter right now, but
yeah, no. So yeah.
So
Venna goes for what do we call it? Hvad fanden hedder struben?
Throat.
Your throat.
go for the jugular.
Carpe
Yes.
jugulum.
With a bite.
Ooh, you're trying to tear his throat out.
You stole my idea.
Right?
Good, you hadn't said anything.
Well, Shiva and Alistair are acting at the same time.
Yep.
But
Yes.
you basically just made it known that you're going to attack.
Yeah, but I had a question actually.
Yes.
There was some distance between him and us, right?
Yes, there is.
we're in a small
Because-
office, according to the description.
Well,
Because I was
small-
going to say that Shiva leaps across the room to bite his throat.
You are. Well, it's a small meeting room, as I said. It's like you have a large table there with seating arrangements for.
Yeah, but I want to close the distance as fast as possible.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just giving a description here because Daniel was unclear on it. So.
I thought it was for me. Yeah, sure.
There's a large oblong table with seats for 10 people. And he is at the end of it. He's stood up, obviously. And he is going to, he is splitting his dice pool. One is using a power and the other is, with one he's going to use power, and with the other he is taking 2 defensive actions, actually, so he's splitting it 3 ways.
All right.
Right?
Good. Yeah, let's do it. Then it's Alistair and Shiva on
Yep.
the first.
Yes, definitely. And he, as I said, he took a sharp intake of breath.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear him as he breathes in. He's speaking as he breathes in. He said, "It doesn't matter that I die. They are all going to live on through my blood." And then he exhales forcefully, and the whole room fills with flame. So he literally breathes fire.
Cool.
And I'll do some rolling.
Just all ones.
Unfortunately, there are 2 10s there.
Yeah.
Good thing that hopefully doesn't matter.
Doesn't. But that does mean that everyone here can either choose to change their action to a defense, or they will get hit.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since we're reacting at the same time and the room bursts into fire, will I avoid it by jumping?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. So it's not just, the walls and shit, it's the whole room.
He breathes fire, that's what I mean. So there's an enormous... Imagine a dragon.
Oh, I get it, yeah.
So it's on the edges of the room, the fire's not that intense, so that's where we would dodge to if we wanted to.
Precisely.
Okay. Well, as it happens, I want to change one of my actions to defense. I can only split it to 1 die defense, so it's going to be 8 attacks at 1 die, and then
let's see if you dodge.
Defense.
Anybody else who wants to defend?
Yes.
Nope.
Nah.
No.
Okay. Well, let's see Aaron's...
You can soak fire, right?
Yeah, you can.
Alright. Yeah.
Let's see Aaron's
What am I rolling?
roll. You're rolling to dodge.
It's dodge, okay.
Get out of the way!
It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
He's breathing fire.
Exactly. It is literally like you are faced with a living flamethrower. Oh,
Nope.
oops. That's a botch.
Yeah. Let's spend the willpower to avoid that.
Yeah,
Can we invite
because-
AJ again?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
So, okay. You spend a willpower to not actually botch.
Yeah, to not botch the dragon fire.
Yeah. So is AJ in the call now?
I'm trying to add her, but she's not.
It's not. It's still counting.
This is...
Well, I'm just gonna shut down the call host again.
Yeah, sure.
See if that makes us a difference. So. Well, I guess might as well take a break here, actually. I'm gonna inform the others. We'll be right back with more Song of Tara. Don't go anywhere.